Hi, welcome to the Digital Yacht how-to video series. In this video we're going to look at two of our long-range Wi-Fi adapters. First one is the WL50, which is the entry-level adapter, and then the WL500, which is the top-of-the-range adapter. They both share the same Wi-Fi chipset and the same drivers, but this video is applicable just to the Mark 1 version of the WL50, so that's any WL50 sold before about March 2011. So if your unit's newer than that, and on the instruction manual it says it should say Mark 2 on there, you'll need to refer to a different video that we've done for that particular unit. Okay, so before we dive into the drivers, let's just talk a little bit about the reason for the problems. Most common problem is that somebody's plugged the WL50 or 500 in before they've inserted the CD-ROM that came with the product, which has all the drivers on. So Windows doesn't know what drivers to install and just fails to install the correct drivers. The only thing we need to check before that is that when you disconnect or reconnect the device, that you hear that noise, the double beep noise, and when you plug it back in, you hear in fact a triple beep, which is indicating that Windows has talked to the WL50 or WL500 to find out what device it is, but has not been able to install the drivers. So as long as you're hearing those beeps and you've got your CD-ROM inserted in your PC, then you should be able to now reinstall the drivers following this procedure. So click on the Start button, right click on My Computer, go Properties. What we're trying to get to is the Device Manager, so we click on the Hardware, then click on Device Manager. So in the list of devices on this PC, you'll see that one of them is called the USB 2.0 WLAN, wireless LAN, and it's got a yellow exclamation mark next to it. That means that Windows has not been able to install the driver for that device. So we're going to double click that, and we're going to go Driver, Update Driver. So now Windows asks us, do we want to go online to get that driver? We don't, because we've got the CD-ROM. We want to install it from a specific location, so we click that one. In fact, the location's already there, so I'm just going to delete that because on yours it wouldn't have that information up yet. So we're going to go Browse, and we're going to go to My Computer, and then the Digital Yacht CD. The CD's just spinning up. It takes a couple of seconds. And then on the CD there's a series of folders, and the one that we're interested in is that one, WL50 Mark 1 plus WL500 Wi-Fi adapter drivers. So we select that, and then in there is another folder called Drivers, so we select that, and then we've got Windows XP. Now you should note that as we click on Windows XP, this OK button should go from being greyed out to being active, because it's noted that there is the correct driver in there, so we hit OK to that, and then we go Next. So now it should be starting to copy the ZIDAS driver across from the PC. It has, you can see things happening in the background, and it's completed installing the driver. So that's, click on Finish there, and now you've got the ZIDAS driver. Everything's installed correctly, and in fact it's already started to look for wireless networks and it's detected some, so that proves that the device is working correctly now. So there it is, no yellow exclamation mark. So we can now come out of Device Manager, close that down. Now most people will be using this on a laptop, and on a laptop you've usually got an internal Wi-Fi adapter, so it's always worth turning that off. I've already done that on this PC, but I'll just show you how to do that. If you go to Connect to, and then Show All Connections, you've got I've got two wireless connections here. One I've already disabled, and I did that by right clicking on it, and where it says enabled there, in fact let me just turn that back on. Okay, that's there. I'm going to click on that and then go disabled. So that will disable the internal Wi-Fi adapter. Now a lot of laptops will have a keyboard combination, a function key and maybe one of the F keys that will turn off the internal Wi-Fi, or they might even have a dedicated button so you can do it from there, which is much easier. But what we're going to do now is just also to stop getting confused over the different Wi-Fi adapters. I'm just going to rename the WL50 connection. So if I go rename, and I'm going to call that, instead of wireless network connection 15, which doesn't really tell us very much, I'm going to call that the digital Yacht WL50. And so now, from now on, whenever we're using that device, if for instance I come down here, it will tell me that it's the digital WL50, so we know immediately that we're using the correct adapter, the long range adapter, rather than the internal adapter. And when I click on that, it gives me a list of all the wireless networks in my street, and the one that I'm interested in is the one that I can actually connect to, which is the digital Yacht one. And I click connect, and then I type the password in, and repeat again. Okay, connect, and as long as I've typed that in correctly, that should now start to connect. It will try and get an IP address, a network address, and then it will say connected. And I'm now connected through my long-range Wi-Fi adapter. So that's how you can recover from a failed driver install on the WL50 and WL500. I hope that you found this video interesting, and thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.